Hello everyone, welcome to Tech and Target. I am Hemant, and in this video, we will be discussing a coding question for the Infosys off-campus coding preparation for the role of specialist programmer and digital specialist engineer. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the question here says, while playing an RPG game, you are assigned to complete one of the hardest quests in the game. So there are n monsters you will need to defeat in this quest. So each monster I is described with two integer numbers, power of I and bonus of I. So to defeat this monster, you will need at least power of I experience points. So if you try fighting this monster without having enough experience points, so you will lose immediately. So you will also gain bonus of I experience points. If you defeat this monster, you can defeat monsters in any order. So knowing that you are interested, so you have to find out what is the maximum possible number of monsters you can defeat. So as the question says, so you are playing one of the game called as RPG game. And in that game, so there will be n monsters in that game. And what you have to do is, so for those n monsters, they will be represented by two numbers. So one is power of I. So where this power of I describes the power that particular monster is having, and bonus of I represents the number of points that you will get as a bonus if you kill that monster, right? So power of I represents the power with that monster, and bonus of I represents the number of bonus experience points that you will get if you kill that particular monster. So to defeat this monster, you will need at least power of I experience. Now, if you want to kill this monster, let's say the ith monster, if you want to kill that monster, then you should be having at least power of I experience points with you, right? You will be given some number of experience points, and that number of experience points that should be either greater than or equal to the number of power of I, right? The value of power of I. If the experience points with you is less than the power of I, then that moment you will lose immediately, right? So in that particular moment only you will be defeated, right? Now, so they also say that you will gain bonus of I experience points if you defeat this monster. So let's say if you defeat the monster I, then you will get bonus of I extra points to that. So if let's say if you are having 10 experience points and the monster is having 5 power. So if the monster is having power as 5, then, and also if that is having bonus 15, then so since the power of I is less than the experience points with you, that you can easily defeat that monster. So since the bonus points that were given by that particular monster was 15 and the number of experience points with you is 10, so totally then now after killing this monster, so the number of experience points with you will be 10, which was your previous experience points. Along with that, you will be adding 15 bonus points, right? So 15 bonus points you will get from killing that particular monster. So totally you will be having 25 experience points with you after killing that particular monster. Now, after this, now what you have to do is you have to find what is the maximum possible number of monsters you can defeat. So you have to find out how many monsters you can defeat in the maximum possible way, right? Now let's move on to the input and output format. So basically in the input, in the first line, you will be given an integer n. So that will denote the number of monsters. As you can see here, this is the number of monsters. Okay, so this is the number of monsters. And in the second line, so you will be given an integer e that will denote your initial experience points. So this is your experience points. All right. Now, so each line I of the n subsequent lines contains an integer power of I, which represents the power of the corresponding monster. So what does it say? So next n lines, n in the sense what? If this is your n, then the next two lines will be having power of I, right? So which denotes power of ith monster. Okay. So I will vary from 0 to 1 because there are only two monsters. So if you take an array, then to represent two monsters in an array, you will use indexes 0 and 1. All right. Next. After this, each line I of the next n subsequent lines contains an integer bonus of I, which represents bonus for defeating the corresponding monster. So if these two lines represents the bonus of I, right? So similarly, in this case as well, so 3 is the number of monsters. This is the experience points that you have got. The next 3 lines will be power of I, which represents the power of each monster, ith monster. And these 3 lines represents a bonus, right? So where I will be ranging from 0 to 2 because you are having 3 monsters here. So that's the case. All right. Now, so for this, you have to find out how many maximum monsters you will be killing. So for that, the answer would be 2. How is it coming yet? We will see about it, right? We'll look after it. Now for this also it has to be 2. Now, how is that answer is coming to you? Like for this particular test case, how will be the output? How the output will be 2, and for this test case, we'll see how the output will be 2. All right. Okay. So we'll come up here. So if you see here, so we'll be having 2 monsters. 123 is the number of experience points that you are having. So 78 is the power of the first monster. 130 is the power of the second monster. 10 is the bonus points that you will get if you kill this monster, and 0 is the bonus that you will get if you kill this particular monster. Okay. So okay, I mean, like 10 is the bonus points that you will get if you kill this 78 master, and 0 is the bonus that you will get if you kill this 130 powered monster. All right. Now, if you see here, let us describe them in terms of array so that you will be understanding it easily. So firstly, 78 and 130, and the second one is the bonus array, right? So bonus array. So this is having 10 points and 0 points. So if you kill this particular monster, you'll get 10 points. If you kill this monster, you'll get 0 points, right? Now we are having experience points as 123 and number of monsters as 2. Now what we will have to do, so we just have to basically check whether this is greater than this or not, right? So for each I, we have to check if this is greater than or equal to this particular number. If this is greater or equal than this number, then you will increment the count variable, let's say, which represents the number of monsters that you have killed currently. All right. If this is not the case, then you will directly break according to the condition they have mentioned, right? So they have mentioned that if you try fighting this monster without having enough experience points, you will lose immediately, right? So if that is the case, then we have to directly break from the loop. All right. Now, so if you can see here, so experience points is greater than the power of I. So we'll increment the count, and what I have given, if that is the case, if this is greater than or equal to this, after killing this monster, you will get 10 bonus points. Now, since your experience points was 123, now that 123 will be added with 10, so which will result in 133, right? So after getting 133, now we'll go for the next monster. So since again, the number of experience points now is 133, which is greater than or equal to the power of this second monster. So there what will happen, now the count which was initially 0, it had become 1 after the first iteration. Now in the second iteration, since this 133 is greater than or equal to 130, again the count will be incremented by 1. This 1 now will become 2, and the experience points that you will get after defeating this particular monster is 0. So 133 plus 0, you will again get 133 points, right? So totally now you are having 133 experience points and the count as 2. So since they're asking how many monsters you can kill maximally, so you just have to return the count of the monsters, right? So I'll return 2. But so if you apply this approach for everything, will that work? So let's check for this one, right? So this worked for this particular the first test case, but what about the second test case? Let's check it out. Okay, let me clean up the board. All right. So if you see here, this is the number of monsters, this is the experience points, this is the power, and these are all the bonus. All right. Now, if you see again, if I represent them in terms of arrays, So you will see we are having 101 first, then 100, then 304. So these are all the powers of the monsters, and the bonus points that you are having are 100, 1, and 524. All right. Now, so this is it that you are all having at this moment, and the experience points that you are having is 100 and number of monsters is 3. So this is the data that we are having right now. So let me clean this stuff as well. So if you observe here, now the number of experience points that you are having is 100, and the power of the first monster is itself 101. So whether you will be able to kill this monster, no, you will not be able. So we'll go for next monster. So if you see, if you try to kill this, if you try to kill this monster, whether that monster will be killed or not, yes, it will be defeated because the experience points is equal to this power points. So count will be 1. Experience points was 100, so that will be incremented with 1. So 101. Now if you see here, so experience points is 100 and the power is 304. I mean, experience points is actually 101 because 1 is added to the experience points. So that so the number of experience points at this during this iteration would be 101, as you can see here. So still 101 is less than 304. So you will not get any bonus points here. So your count will still remain to be 1 and experience points will still remain to be 101. And since the array is entirely completed, you will return the count. So count is just 1, so you will return count as 1. But the answer according to the test case I have provided was 2. Right? Why is it not working here? So if you carefully observe, so you cannot use the above approach in this way. So what you have to do is to find out the solution to this solution. To find the answer to this particular solution, you have to think in terms of greedy approaches, right? So what is a greedy approach here? So basically, greedy approach means nothing but you are greedy about your output and you will be taking the best possible output. You are trying to gather the best possible output at each point. Right. So when what do I mean when I say grabbing the best possible output at every point? Let's say if you see here, so initially, as according to the question they have given, so what was the experience points that we were having initially? It was just 100, right? So if you see here, so in the first case, so if you are having just 100 points, how will you be able to kill this person with 101 points? That is not possible, right? So if you want to kill, if you want to increase your experience points and also the number of monsters that you will be able to kill, then you have to search in this particular array who is, you have to find that particular monster who is having the least number of power, the least value of power, which is actually less than or equal to the experience points that you are having, right? So if you're not having the enough experience points to kill that particular monster, then you will not be able to kill that monster, right? So at the same time, so if, as you have seen here, so after checking in the first iteration, so the experience points were 100 with us and the monster was having 101 points. Right. So due to this, what happened? You were not able to kill this person. You were not able to kill this monster. So you had to move to the next monster. But what happens if I kill this monster first? So, the experience points here is 100 and the value of the power here is 100. So you will be able to kill this monster, right? So since the experience points is greater than or equal to the power of the current monster, you will be able to kill this monster. And what happens extra here is experience points will be again incremented by 1, right? So the experience points will be incremented by 1. So now the experience points with you will be 101. Now, and count will be 1. So you have killed this monster, you have got 1 extra point. Now, if you take this 101 points and if you go to the first monster, which is having 101 points, now you will be able to kill this monster as well, because the number of experience points that you are having right now is 101 and the value of the power here is also 101. So this 101 is greater than or equal to this 101. So the count will be incremented by 1. And the experience points will be incremented by the bonus value of that current monster, right? So experience points will be 100 plus previous points 101. So 101 plus 100 will be 201. So count will be 2 and the experience will be 201. So after this, we will find the next greater one. So which is 304. So and the experience points with us currently is 201. So which is less than the current power. So since this is greater, so you will not be able to increment this count. This will stay as it is, and you have exhausted the loop, right? Now, so what is this approach basically? So basically what we are trying to do is we are trying to do something like just like this. So first we'll sort the powers, right? We'll sort the monsters according to the powers, right? So 100, 101, then 304. Now, what about these bonuses here? So bonuses are, you should not actually sort these bonuses independently. So you should sort these bonuses according to the powers that you have got, right? So for 100 power, what was the bonus that you were getting? You are getting 1. So you have to get 1. So for 101, what you are getting? You are getting 100 points. For 304, how much you are getting? You are getting 524 points that you will make like this. So you have to create an arrays just like this, right? So something like this. So for doing a particular, if you want to sort something according to a particular order, if you are having 2 or more properties and you have to sort them only according to a one particular method, I mean one particular variable or one particular property, then that is the case when you have to consider using classes concept, right? So in Java you have a class concept, right? So you have to go for that particular method, and then you will be able to sort these things according to the increasing order of their powers, right? So as I said, so firstly, the algorithm goes like this. Firstly, you will sort your monsters. So firstly, you'll create monster array, right? So you'll create a monster array that will be having properties, the power and the bonus. And after that, you will sort the monster array according to the increasing order of the powers, right? Increasing order of the powers. And then every time, so for each monster, what you will do, so you will check whether the experience points is greater than or equal to the monster's power, right? If that is greater than or equal to the monster's power, then you will increment your count variable, right? The number of monsters that you have defeated till now, and then you will increment your experience points by monsters bonus points, right? So this is what we will be doing. And finally, after all the loop is done, you will directly return count, because you just have to return what will be the number of monsters, what will be the maximum number of monsters that you will be able to kill. Now, I hope you have understood the approach here. So let's get into the code and see how to solve this question, right? So as the question said, so firstly, you will be given, the first line will be the number of monsters, we'll take that. Then the next line will be experience points that you will be given initially. So we will take that input as well. Then for powers and bonus, we'll create 2 arrays, number of monsters, of size, number of monsters. For each monster, we'll be having power of I, right? Now after that, we'll take the input, right? For n number of monsters, we'll be taking the powers, and next 10 lines will be the bonus points that you will get if you kill that monster or defeat that monster. Now we'll call the function find max monsters defeated with the parameters powers, bonus, number of monsters, and experience points. And whatever the answer that you will get from that, you will be directly printing that, right? Okay. Now this is the thing. Now, so you have got powers, you have got bonus, you have got number of monsters and experience points. Now, as I said, we'll create a count variable and initialize it to 0. And finally, after doing all the things, you will be returning the count. Now, in between, what we are doing is, we are creating an array of type monster. Now, where is this monster coming from? This is basically a user-defined class. What is that having? As I've told you, the class monster is having 2 properties, one of which is power and the second one is bonus, right? Now, what is happening here? This is a constructor. This is getting the values power and bonus. And for this power and bonus, for that particular object, we are assigning the values that user has sent to us, right? So this is a constructor. You will the constructor will get values from the user, and that values will be assigned to that particular object, right? This dot power will be P and this dot bonus will be B, right? Now, so we are creating a monsters array which will be of the size number of monsters, right? So there are, if there are n number of monsters, then we'll be creating an array of n number of monsters, right? Okay. Now after that, for now we have just created an array, but we have not stored anything in that particular array. So to store that, so we will pass, so we'll run a loop for each monster from 0 to number of monsters. So we'll run a loop and we are creating a new monster, and we are sending the values powers of 5 and bonus of 5, right? So basically we are creating a monster with the power as powers of 5 and bonus as bonus of 5, and we are storing that in m of 5, right, which is the monsters array. Now what we are doing here, so as I've told you, so we are sorting in terms of the increasing order of the power, right? So actually we are using the arrays class here. From the arrays class we are sorting, so that's why you are using the sorting method. So arrays.sort, and what you are sorting the monsters array, which is m array, right? So how do you want it to be sorted? So you are sorting your monster array. So this is basically a lambda expression. So what it is doing, so if there are two monsters, A is a monster and B is a monster. So if you are having two monsters A and B, so if the initial order is A and B, so this A and B refers, it means that if A and B is the initial order in your particular monster array, then you have to sort, so this particular thing is telling you, so A dot power minus B dot power is telling you whether you have to swap those two elements or not, basically, right? So how is that doing? I'll tell you. Now, A dot power minus B dot power. So this value will be negative if A dot power value is less than B dot power value. So if this is returning negative value, that means if A dot power is less than B dot power, that already means that this A dot power is having less value than B dot power. So you don't have to swap those two variables, right? You don't have to swap those two monsters actually, right? So that's the one thing. And if this value is greater than this value, then you will get a positive value, right? If this is 10 and this is 5, you will obviously get 5 as an output, because so 5 as an output, which is positive value, right? So if you get a positive value, then you have to swap, right? If the initial ordering is A comma B, then the ordering will be now changed to B comma A, right? So that's the thing. So you will be sorting your monsters array in terms of this particular thing. So A dot power will A dot power minus B dot power. So which will be, no, if this returns a negative value, then the two monsters will not be swapped. If that returns a positive value, then the two monsters will be swapped in their order. All right. Now, after that, to check that, you can just, for every monster, you can go ahead and print the power values and the bonus values if you want it to be. But since this is a coding question and this is not allowed, just for debugging purposes, you can use this printing statement. But if you, for solving the question, if you print something extra, then that will be considered as a wrong answer. So just for debugging purposes, you can write this code. All right. Now, after this, what I've told you, for every monster, we are using a for each loop here. For every monster, we are checking. So from the M array, you are checking for every monster. If your experience is less than the current monster's power, then you are breaking from there directly, because so since your monster array is sorted according to their monster powers, even if you run the loop for the next possible iterations also, you will not get any output, because so if the current power is only greater than your experience points, then obviously the powers that will be ahead of the current iteration will also be obviously greater than the number of experience points that you are having currently. So for that reason, you will directly break from the place when you from the point when your experience points is less than monsters.power, right? This is because to improve the time complexity. Even if you remove this line, then also your code will work well and good. All right. Now, But the thing is, the time complexity will be more compared to adding this statement. Okay, if you add the statement, sometimes the time complexity will be better. If you remove this line, so you will consider irrelevant options also, irrelevant iterations also. So for that reason, I have included this line. Now after that, if this is not the case, if your experience is greater than or equal to your monster's power, then what you will do, you will increment your count, so which will be the number of monsters that you have killed currently, so that you will increase. And after that, so since you have killed that particular monster, you will increase your experience points by monster dot bonus, whatever the monster is there currently. So the value that the monster is having as a bonus, that you will be adding to your current experience, right? So you will repeat this for all the monsters in your monster array, and after everything is completed, you will directly return count there. So this is what the answer looks like. So now let us run this for some sample inputs. So I'll just copy this from here. I'll paste it. So the answer should be 2, right? The answer is 2 here. And now let us run it for the second input as well, for which the answer again has to be 2. So again, the answer is turning out to be 2. So yes, this is the question and this is your code. So I hope you were able to understand the approach as well as the code. So if you did, please like the video and share it among your friends who are preparing for the Infosys exam. And I wish you all the very best. So I hope the Infosys exam is on tomorrow. So prepare for it and solve it. Just prepare for the exam and all the very best. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot.